What's going on? We're going to talk about how to get enlightenment. No one on the internet's going to tell you this. That's why you should follow me, my channel, because I bring it to you in the best proposed way. I'm going to give you a technique that you can do. But first, I want to go over one or two things. We have these spiritual teachers, Ram Dass, Trent McKenna, Eckhart Tolle, Robert Spira, all the non-duality on YouTube. Like I said, and then there's Lisa Kearns, smaller ones. What you need to understand is there's two types of enlightenment in my book. And that's one, just speaking about it, which if you go search all the people that I just talked about, and especially probably most of these people online, they just speak about it. They just speak about it. And it's how much does it work and how effective is it? Well, there's just a problem. There's a problem with all their approaches that they don't talk about. And they brush it to the side, basically. And it's not to say all these people are great and fantastic. I'm not talking about all these people. There's also Krishnamurti, I don't know how his name, Krishnamurti, I don't know how to say his name, but he's very popular. So you get these people talking about enlightenment and, yeah, they'll watch your thoughts, basically, which they do, I guess some have somewhat of a technique. But they're really chipping away at everything that you are. That's one way. And I do talk about that, obviously, because that is part of it, but it's not the whole. There's another side to it. And what you got to understand is you're always going to have thoughts. It's not like you can just drop them. You have to be someone in a past lifetime that's been enlightened, or you have to have rigorous, you have to be a master to do that. Even some of these so-called people, maybe Robert Spira, maybe Lisa Kearns, maybe one of these YouTube people, even if they are enlightened, you don't know how enlightened they are. And I don't want to say this on a scale or judge them. They could be having a lot of thoughts a day. True enlightenment is when you have no thoughts. And I wanted to make this clear. So some of these people, and when you know this, and knowing this can be a factor, like as they teach, then you can dwindle your thoughts down. They'll diminish by themselves. Your thoughts are like a kindle, a fire, and the more you feed into them, the more that it creates a problem, solution, cause and effect. It's just a cycle. All your thoughts are going to be previous data. It's just a replaying cinema. I mean, if you're going to replay the cinema, at least laugh at it. But no, people want to suffer and say, I should have done this and I should have done that. And then suffer. So these people on YouTube, especially, they're having thoughts, and which there's nothing wrong. But if you know and had pieces of enlightenment and recognized it, then they know their thoughts, when they do come up, they can probably get rid of them pretty quick, or they simply don't bother them. And again, they're probably going to go away pretty quick. So it's when you pay attention to them and give them direct energy, and this is where we're going to step into, that they manifest. So gurus, there's a whole nother side that all these people miss. It's called building your energy. I don't want to make this video long. So it's an energy you can't see. Pretty much a lot of energy. And so, if you're really tired, you're gonna have thoughts. Unless you're a master. If you're worn down, maybe you're taking substances, doing something that give you thoughts, something that's maybe just stimulates your mind more, you're gonna get thoughts. And you're not gonna be able to pull an Eckhart Tolle, what all these people are preaching, and just push your thoughts to the side. You're not going to be able to do that. So, and again, these people, and I revere these people. Again, you're not just going to be able to just push your thoughts to the side, as they say you can. Can it happen? Yeah, 1%. The other 99%, probably not. It's not going to happen. That's why when we step into the field of yoga and gurus, meditators, Buddhists, Zen, Christianity, pastors, there's another name, but I can't. Seers, bunch of names for the same thing. A mystic, same thing. Jesus was a mystic. Buddha was a mystic. Sadhguru is a mystic. Same word meaning the same thing. Words at the end of the day don't mean anything. Because it's just a distraction when you're really going for an enlightenment. Because the words are confusing. So they are building up your energy. And when you build up this energy basically stills you. It stills you. And so when you do these certain things that they have, they still the body over a time and a process. It could happen instantly, but usually it's happening over time of the stillness of this energy that you have that you can't see. So you have less thoughts. Yoga starts with stilling the body because people's body, more or less so, one of the main factors, and again, which some of these people say tap into intuition, but these people some of them don't have intuition, obviously, or they don't follow it. So they need instructions. They need a guru, a leader. This video is already 10 minutes. And so how can you just put your thoughts to the side? People try their whole life to put thoughts to the side. And it maybe after years work. When you have an actual practice to do this, then your energy, your body becomes still, your mind becomes still. That's the whole point of the practice. And so you have less thoughts. Fighting with your thoughts, which a lot of people do, is absolutely pointless. For instance, most people actually need to move around, actually need to do exercise because their body needs to move. Your body can literally be stressed because you do not move enough. Does that make sense? So if you smoke, you could need to move more. If you're lazy, most people, I would say 75% of people, because the rest would be athletes and people who actually move, need to move more. You're not going to be able to calm your mind down because you don't move enough. I moved so much, probably more than almost anybody. And and it sounds like I'm boasting, but you gotta understand, I used to move so much because I used to feel so good. I think movement is the spiritual number one thing you can do out of anything. Out of anything. Maybe I'm overstepping some panoramas, or however you say them, Koreas. But at the end of the day, movement's the best spiritual thing you can do. It calms the body down. It's the number one thing for the body. Number one thing. No one ever talks about this. Number one. I move so much for no reason because I liked it. There might have been a little reasons for certain things, but when I was 13, I just nonstop movement all the time. So that embeds in your body and it builds up over time. You will see a lot of these gurus and stuff, they don't move around a lot. Something else to get into. But, so, telling someone, oh, just put your thoughts to the side may work 50%, but that person could need to be going to work out and actually do physical stuff because their body is stressed and wants to move. Okay, so it's very simple. I should have said it closer to the beginning. How to way to an enlightenment would be to cut off your thoughts. Put an end to your thoughts. If you keep one way would be question your thought. Where is this going? Say you want to end the thought right now. Take the power back because you can. You want to end your thoughts. So cut them off. Cut them off. And you could be like, oh, well, what about the people that somebody who's not there's a difference between someone who's awakening. If you're watching this video, you're awakening compared as to somebody, even if you stumble upon it, coincidence. Someone who doesn't care about spirituality is not awakening, is an NPC. They're not going to see this video. They're not. So you already have all the difference. Yes. Whereas somebody that, stumbled upon this, actually looked it up, you have the authority to use the technique that I'm imbibing in you. I talk not because I necessarily like to talk this way, 50%. It's for your enlightenment. The transmit it. That's another way. But cutting your thoughts off, ending them, instead of trailing them around and following them like a puppy, end it. People become fascinated with their thoughts. Ooh, where's this gonna go? Just something you thought about before? It's a continuous cycle that people fall into. Oh, my thoughts tell me this and that. Well, that's because your thoughts actually don't want you to listen to them.